Hello and welcome. I'm going to go through my project called Futures by Filmmaking. I'm Jem Mackay and today is Sunday the 15th of December 2024, 7:30 p.m. Hello and welcome. So thanks very much for joining me tonight, and I hope that I will inspire you to get on board this project. Big welcome to you, and I just want to say that the project is something that came upon me rather than me going out for this project. A friend of mine had actually gone to Laos, and he talked about what was happening there, and I thought this is an amazing opportunity as a filmmaker. I teach filmmaking in the MA Film and Television Online at Falmouth University, and I thought this would be an excellent research project. So I looked into it a little bit, and basically I was thinking in terms of what could I actually bring to this the situation in Laos. So first of all, I could obviously bring video training, which I do at Falmouth University. And I thought, okay, I could teach some skills in video training. I could give 2 days video training. But also, I wanted to empower the local businesses in rural areas of Laos. And so I thought through, okay, let's get 10 social media clips together. And that's what I did. Let me give you a kind of a flavour of what is happening with the project at the moment. So if I see if I can. So here we have 3 screens of social media clips, and these media clips are talking about or showing you some of the skills that the Mekong Vocational Centre is training people. So on the left here we've got mushroom farming. In the middle there's someone sewing, and we're teaching, the vocational centre is teaching these skills. They've got many different skills. There's mushroom farming there on the right, hen egg laying program there on the left, and through this training people get certificates, and you can see that people are very keen, very hard working. And so this is really an idea that through filmmaking we can tell some of the stories that are essential to get rural Laos onto the map. I'll keep this going as I continue to go through the presentation here. So 2 days video training. We've got 10 social media clips that I'm going to make. And also, I want to make a documentary about the whole process. I want to find out what impact filmmaking could have on rural Laos. So there are quite a few challenges involved. And tonight's session, I want to go through the project overview. What am I actually doing here? Why am I going halfway across the world just to do this? Secondly, I'm going to answer some anticipated questions that have been put to me already by various people who are interested in the project, and I want to answer those in their kind of FAQs, really, frequently asked questions. And I want to do that, but I also want to give you the opportunity to ask questions or make comments in YouTube. So I will be here looking out for people who are making comments. I've got the comments here by the side of me, and if you ask a question, I'll be able to see it and I will be able to answer your questions. So hopefully I'll be able to take that. I also then want to go through some of the next steps that I'm going to be doing. So at the moment, I'm preparing to go. It's only in about 3 weeks now. The campaign itself, the crowdfunder campaign, is going for another 2 weeks till the end of this year, 2024. And then we'll stop the campaign. And then I've got about 10 days to prepare, find out what I'm able to do. But I'm going to go through what I intend to do tonight. So I'll go through my next steps and possibly, hopefully, your next steps as well if you want to get involved. So let's think about some starter questions. Why Laos? And I've put it Laos because that's the Americanism, apparently. It's actually Lao, just so that you know. But why Laos? Well, Laos is one of the poorest countries in the world, in fact. It's getting much better now, but it is a very underdeveloped country, and yet people living there, as I said, are really hardworking, and they want to make sustainable living communities. And I hope that through filmmaking, I am going to impart some of my skills to some of the students there in the Mekong Vocational Centre, and help basically alleviate poverty. Second question, which I think people have been asking, is, well, how will the video making workshops actually impact the community? It's a strange thing to think that with all of maybe the money that we could give into rural areas, not just Laos, but other areas of the world, we could give money, but there's a very famous proverb that says, if you give a man a fish, you'll feed them for a day. But if you teach them how to fish, you'll feed them for a lifetime. And really what I want to do is be able to impart some skills, some storytelling skills that are crucial in today's world of media and impact. And I want to impart some of my skills and into the local area of Rao. We're going to be in a town called Luang Prabang. That's probably not how you pronounce it, but that's how I've pronounced it so far. So it will impact the community because, number one, it will give them a skill of video making. So I'm going to be hopefully training a group of about 12 students, none of whom know English. Well, very few of them know English. So I'm going to have an interpreter with me. I'm going to present how to make videos using the simplest of equipment as well. So I'm going to be taking a smartphone, and about 66% of the country, I understand, are connected. And so this is a very good way in which people can connect to the rest of the world. The internet is a very global audience, has a very global audience, and their tiny businesses in the middle of Laos could have an impact on the rest of the world, and should have an impact as well. Secondly, it's so that the rural businesses can advertise their businesses within Laos. So not only do they learn video making skills, but they will have social media clips that they can advertise their businesses. Thirdly, however, and possibly the most important for me, is how can I create a documentary of what I'm doing that will impact the rest of the world. And the rest of the world will be that much richer if we can allow voices to be heard in rural Laos. So then another question people have asked me, and that is, what challenges do I anticipate in filming the documentary? Well, I've already I've already said it actually, but the main challenge is the language. As I say, not many people know English, and so it's going to be quite hard, not only to teach filmmaking to people who don't know my language, but as I say, I'm going to be hiring an interpreter to help me do this. But also, when it comes to actually making the clips together, I won't understand what they're actually saying. So editing will become really quite difficult. Again, the interpreter is going to help me along the way there, hopefully. But that's all arranged and organised. And obviously, when you're coming to make the documentary, it's absolutely crucial that I understand what is being said and be able to edit the clips together. There's some amazing stories of people maybe who've been trapped by cycles of poverty, human trafficking, some kind of debts that have been incurred, that kind of thing. And there's amazing stories where the character and the resilience of the people in Laos have brought together the idea that there is hope, there is a future. And so I believe that getting across the filmmaking skills that I have will make a brighter future for these people. Another question that I have been asked is, well, how will the funds from the campaign be used? Well, I did have a graphic for you, but unfortunately my presentation is in front of me, but it's not being screened due to a technical issue that I have. But I will quickly go through, because I know you won't be watching this, but I will go through exactly what I will be spending this money on. So first of all, there's travel, and an airfare to Laos is going to cost round about 1,300. So it's about 1,000 plus a train ticket as well, a return train ticket in England, which is about £200 actually. And then in Laos itself, there will be transport around as well. I'm putting aside about £200 for that. That has been taken care of. So there are some fees that have been taken care of, and there are some fees which are available, which I'm trying to crowdfund for, basically. Then there's accommodation. So on the way there, it's going to take me 3 days to actually get there. I start off on Friday, the 10th of January, and I'll be travelling first by train to Heathrow, and then take 3 flights from Heathrow to Beijing, to Bangkok, and then Luang Prabang. During that time, I'm going to have to stay in a hotel, and so some of the costs for that is going to be about £200 there. When I actually get there, again, my costs have been given to me, so there's amounts in kind that have been taken place, that have been organised. I'm going to have to eat and drink, and so while I'm travelling, it's going to be expensive. When I get there, it's going to be reasonably cheap. So, but I've accounted for about, again, £200 for daily meals and travelling. Then there's the personnel, and I am going to be needing an interpreter, as I say, and that's probably worth about £100 a day. There's going to be 5 days of doing this. They've certainly got their work cut out for them. And then I am a course leader from Falmouth University, and so the Falmouth University is allowing me to do this research, and so they are basically paying for my time in Laos, and that's going to be, with all the personnel, that's going to be about 1,400. Then there's equipment. I have my own equipment which I'm going to be taking, but if I was going to rent it professionally, there would be, I'm going to be taking an iPhone 15. I'm going to be taking 2 Sennheiser G4 radio mics, a Zoom F3 for those people. These are technical names which, if you're in the business, you'll know what they are. I'm going to need a gimbal and various video equipment and accessories like a hard drive and memory cards, and I'm going to be taking a few tripods as well. So altogether, the cost of the equipment is going to be about £600 for that. Again, some of it is in kind, so already paid for, but that's the total cost of the project. Then there's location fees, permits, which I might have to take out. I don't know too much about that, but I'm putting aside £100 for that. We'll see if I need that. Then there's miscellaneous, so travel insurance, that's about £50. Getting the injections to even go, that's going to be £200. So a lot of money is being spent on this project. And as I say, some of it has been paid for already. But the total cost of this, with a 10% contingency on everything I've just said, is about £5,500. That's how much it would cost to actually do this project. I have managed to get hold of about £2,000 so far, and so we are crowdfunding for the rest of that, and that's £3,000 at the moment, with gifts in kind, and also the actual crowdfunding campaign is happening. People have donated £370 there, and there's a few gifts in kind. For instance, Falmouth University is paying for my time, which is fantastic. I'm going to have to show that it was worth it as well. So do explore this project, and basically I would like any comments. If there are any comments in the online, please put them in the chat now. So yeah, if there's anyone who would like to see this, see what's happening. Okay, so the next steps then. The next steps I want to talk about. Before I go on to the next steps, in fact, I'm going to play you my promo video, which is, it'll come up now, and let's have a look. Behind every face is a story waiting to be told. A story of struggle, resilience, and hope. This January, I'm travelling to Laos to capture these stories, not just to share them, but to empower the world to act. May was once trapped in a cycle of exploitation. Today, she runs her own tailoring business, and her journey from hardship to hope is a story that needs to be seen. It inspires change and sparks action. Sok's story is one of redemption. Once burdened by gambling, he found a new path through vocational training. Now, he owns a successful repair shop and supports his whole family. The power of second chances. Lynn, a single mother, learned to sew, and she created a future for her children. Her story shows how empowering one person can ripple through the community. But these are more than stories. They're films that inspire action, and with your support, we'll create videos that showcase these lives and the businesses that sustain them. connecting them with global opportunities and funding. By creating these films, we'll amplify their voices, reaching an audience who can make a difference. Investors, supporters, and advocates from around the world. Dara's story, like so many others, is one of transformation. Together, we can share it with the world and inspire others to be part of the change. Your support will help us teach workshops, produce professional videos for rural businesses, and create a documentary that highlights the power of grassroots innovation. These aren't just films, they're lifelines. Stories that connect communities to the world, businesses to opportunity, and viewers to action. Will you join us in sharing these stories and shaping better futures? So yeah, there we have it. So let's go back to next steps then. So storytelling can transform lives. That's certainly my first belief. That's my argument that I'm going to be presenting in my research. But it's not just down to me. Your support is more than needed. So if you could go to bit.ly/futures-by-filmmaking, you could have a look through the crowdfunding campaign, and you can donate there as well. So you can put some money behind the project, or you can share it with your friends. Support this project because it's a very worthwhile project. If you want to know more about what we're doing and how we're getting on, and more about the filmmaking process in particular, then do follow us on Facebook or Instagram or LinkedIn. And in order for you to have seen this, you probably have followed some of the steps already to get to have seen this link there. So do follow us. My email for those who want to contact me is gem.mackay, that's gem.mackay @falmouth.ac.uk. That's falmouth.ac.uk. So really be interested in an email from you if you want to hear about what is going on. Well, that's about all I have time for tonight. So thanks very much for joining me tonight, and I wish you all the best. Just want to say every story matters and every action counts. And I believe very much that if we work together, we can inspire hope. We can transform lives, and we can change the world. Thanks very much for your time.